Now I'm going to tell the story of how this came to be.
Okay. Gather around.
Gather around. Everyone gather around. Hear the story. Hear me tell the tale. And I just kind of started saying, I really wanted to do this at some point in my life. So I got the idea. I got a guy to do it with me. We're like, let's do it. I called an officer we work with who runs our CISM team, and I asked her, because they deal a lot with the aftermath of like major instances, and I said, like, do you know any Canadian charities? I want it to be Canadian, wanted it to incorporate corrections too. Right away she was like, Tema. I contacted them right away. Someone contacted me back. Idea, this is what we want to do. We want to do this to raise money and awareness, and would you guys kind of give us a hand? And they were on board right away. Yeah, so we're coming down the river, out of the Smith Falls, out of the locks, and before we even see the park, we kind of see like this smoke cloud billowing out, and we're like, so we're paddling towards it, and it turns out it's Steve tailgating up against the river with his little kettle grill, and he's cooking up the best burgers I've ever had. Sitting there with burgers and cider, and it was just, it was awesome. That guy's amazing. Drove all the way down from Kingston just to cook us burgers for
Represent
lunch.
Millhaven Institution.
Yeah, 100%. It was thunderstorms, an actual tornado hit like 10 minutes outside of town as we were doing our meetup. Skies opened up, there was rain, there was hail on one side of town. It was crazy. That's all we wanted. We wanted one officer and a police car just to do a little quick selfie with Evan and I. And he emailed me back and he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. He goes, I'm going to do one better. He goes, we're actually going to show you that Lanark County does things right. Like, I was maybe expecting a couple officers at this point. So we show up and he's got dozens and dozens of people from every organization within an hour of that town. I'm blown away. OPP Safe Team, Marine Unit, paramedics, like Aaron Tompkins, he's a sergeant with Smith Falls Police, Media Relations Officer. He's a stand-up guy, man.
Hugh Colton on behalf of the Hinton Auto Group, keeping you well connected to the communities we call home and the wonderful things that happen within them. And speaking of wonderful things, we're very happy to welcome two very special guests to Lower Reach Park in the town of Smith Falls. I want to say hello to Community Services Officer Aaron Tompkins. Good to see you again. Special day here today in support of our first responders who suffer from PTSD. We've got Jason Gooden here and Evan Rose. Welcome to both of you. First of all, hello, Smith Falls.
Good to be here.
And a few members from CSC, actually guys that we work with at Millhaven who are currently off. We won't go kind of in depth as to who they are, but a couple vehicles actually showed up with guys that we work with who are currently off with it, and that was huge for them to kind of come out and show their support and kind of let us know that they're really proud and supporting what we're doing.
And they bring their family too, right?
Yeah.
You get to meet their family. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a handful of donations. We had just members of the community. Members of Smith Falls community would come out. I spoke to a few people. Just a woman would come up and say, her son is an OPP officer, her son is an RCMP officer, and this is where he works, and that she really appreciates what we're doing. It's kind of impossible to do our job and not always have it in the back of your mind that the worst can happen, right? You go in every day, day after day, and our job is monotonous. It's routine. It's the same thing every day, over and over and over again, until something happens. And when that something happens, it's usually something horrible. Yes. I'm the outdoorsy one. I am hands down.
You're very outdoorsy.
I am 10 times more outdoorsy than you are.
Outdoorsy.
But you have proven in a matter of 6 days that you are twice the man I am when it comes to being outdoors.
I know that.
If we stopped paddling, there was enough wind that we would go in reverse with probably the same speed as we were paddling forward.
Don't stop paddling.
Yeah, but
I know. That's the thing, right?
I don't think it's a headwind.